number one thing I've done to make sure I keep my grades up is, quite honestly, do the homework. You know, even if you're not great at the tests and you're not great at the stuff, if you do the homework, most of the time you can still pass at least.
As hard as you think it is now, I can guarantee you it's only going to get harder. So if you can get good habits for yourself and get into a rhythm of doing your work and prioritizing and managing your time well, I can guarantee you that that habit is going to pay off as you get into your upperclassmen years.
And it's really going to help you because it's practice, and sometimes it seems really tedious because you understand what's going on in class and you feel like you don't need the practice, but that's not really what homework's for. It's more of for the discipline of it, and so you really need to be on top of that and really make sure that you're doing that because it will affect your GPA at the end. And that's one of the big things that colleges look at. I think that's one of the first or second things that any college will look at if that's what you're looking to do after high school. So
one of the biggest things with keeping your GPA up though is never ditching class. I have a lot of friends, they think it's fun to ditch and they think it's cool to ditch, but I'm here to tell you, by ditching class you're making poor decisions just in general, because by ditching class you're missing out on work, you're constantly missing tests, you're missing information needed to actually keep up your good grades.
I know a lot of the time in high school you'll feel like you're really busy and you just don't have time to do other things. But I will say making time for a lot of the after-school clubs and activities you can do with things like STEM and the VPA program will be worth it. You'll learn new things, you'll get experience, and honestly it can be quite fun.
Get involved in as many clubs as you can, as many things that you're interested in. Go to all the football games, go to all the basketball games, stand in the student section, cheer. It's going to be a lot of fun. And sometimes it seems a little silly your freshman year and you're a little embarrassed and you have to stand in the back and everyone else is in the front. And sometimes you just don't even want to go, but it makes it that much better. And you get to meet that many more people and get involved in things like music and other clubs after school and STEM or VPA or whatever it is that you have an interest in, because that's kind of where you meet your friends and that's where you get to make the best memories that you'll have for high school.
Even if it's not necessarily your biggest focus, this is high school, and to take advantage of it is to try things that you're not necessarily comfortable with. My sophomore year, I tried out for the cheerleading team and I made it, and it was one of the funnest things that I've experienced, and I know that I would have regretted if I didn't go out for that. Along the same lines, I joined a new musical ensemble this year, and that's been one of the best experiences that I've had of the past 4 years, and I've learned and grown so much more than I would have if I had stayed in the same place. So when you challenge yourself and kind of push yourself into those new places, you'll grow more as an individual.
One of the biggest to start off with is being yourself, actually. Making new friends on a constant, not being afraid to get out there and actually try new things as well with other people, whether it be going to play football or basketball or baseball or track.
Just make sure that whoever you're with, they're good people for you and that they're leading you to the path that you want to be on and that you're staying yourself the whole way.
And part of that was a lot of trial and error and kind of figuring out what I enjoyed, and while it was sort of uncomfortable at times, in the end, the authenticity and the honesty of being yourself and kind of going out for what you want despite what your current group of friends may want pays off a lot more than going along with what the crowd says.